Well, hello there, my roosters and hens. This is Chicken Police. Yes, I know. I was surprised too. This just came out on Steam today, and it is apparently a chicken-themed detective simulator. Well, an animal-themed detective simulator. So obviously, my question is, how many animal puns are we going to get? Well, the only thing I can say, I'm sure we're going to have a clucking good time if you catch my drift on that one. Let's do a new game. Dead men are heavier than broken hearts. Indeed.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
I'm already not disappointed, by the way. I made that clucking joke without even having started this. And it used the same thing. I love it.
Experiment. And don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time
Again,
ago.
it's doing it again.
We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wow. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong?
Clawville City, Warwick District, former Atlas Hotel.
Crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
This is amazing. I wish I turned my camera on for this because I'm sitting here with the biggest possible smile right now. This is great. So if you can't tell from the tone, this is a sort of noir themed chicken detective game. Obviously a very well-known genre, chicken detective games. So this is, I suppose, our main character, Mr. Featherland, one half of the former legendary Chicken Police, whatever that means. I guess we'll find out. And just about to hit retirement. And as we all know, nothing bad ever happens before you hit retirement. So I guess we have this character, this dame here in our office now. Whatever could she want? I guess we click. And well, let's look first.
Who is this dame anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
This is terrible. I swear to God, I said the cluck thing in the menu without have even looked at the trailer for the game. I love it.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Uh-oh, I may have skipped something. Can I replay?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
You're mistaken.
Oh, really?
Huh.
Please enlighten me, Mr. Mr. Featherland?
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Was he about to say Philip Marlowe?
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't usually drink.
Well, I've gotta have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
Nice.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
Okay. New personal info. So this is our almanac, our codex over here, and we have people. Deborah. Name, Deborah Ibanez. Deborah Ibanez, I think, yeah. Species Impala. Gender female. Special feature. Pretty and fragile. Nothing too special. So, written in character. I like that. She runs errands for her employer. A sophisticated lady, but I don't think she's particularly wealthy or rich. Hotel Atlas. This used to be a nice place. Now we're competing to see who gets swallowed by decay first. The hotel's winning, but honestly, I'm not that far behind. So, that's our home for the foreseeable future, I suppose. Doesn't look that nice. Doesn't look, we have the pictures? Something to remind us of our former glory, obviously, here.
Star cops a few years ago.
Exactly.
Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight.
That's great. Chicken police on track. Celebrity cops from the dump. This is great. The Wild Gentleman.
Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was. Burned to the ground.
I think we'll have a look around first. M.B. Davis?
M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants. The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes.
So that was good times. This is a painful memory.
This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me and took our daughter.
Interesting. So Molly is his ex-wife, I suppose. Light switch. Ah, okay, that's a bit nicer. Good to know we have that option. So if I... okay, so that I can illuminate the office. Changes the feeling entirely. Okay, so this is as classic as a noir opening gets, right? We're the grizzled detective, and we have the grizzled detective a few weeks away from retirement, mind you, and we're having the classy dame, Mysterious, coming into our office, offering us a case. Now, to find out more, I suppose we'll have to interrogate her.
It's a very strange...
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please. That's why I'm here.
Exactly. Okay, now we have new function questioning. That makes a lot of sense. So now we question. Focus on what you know about the suspect. Is he or she suspicious? Concentrate on that. Subject, John Doe. Focus. This fella is rather suspicious. I need to concentrate on that. Focus, suspicious. Impressions, suspicious. Detective meter. He is suspicious. I am suspicious. Why are you suspicious? Gather impressions from the subject. Every impression adds a new question line. A new impression. So many options. Detective meter is your best friend. It shows how all the questioning is going. Keep it on the positive side, okay? Okay. So I guess we have to ask... we have to choose the questions we ask for this one. Blah, blah, blah. I like that. Plus 100.
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I can scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
That's what I always say. Okay, so we have Deborah Ibanez here. So we have the focus, impressions, and detective meter. Ooh, slightly... Is this slightly tilted to this side? Oh, well, shouldn't matter. Who exactly are you, ma'am?
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
As I said, great dialogue.
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Okay. You're not very confident. Are you sure you're alright? Or tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills, Flowerville, maybe. I think we should start with some easier questions. Butter her up a little bit.
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Look, I don't want to answer that. I'm here on behalf of my employer, and not on personal business.
So did that backfire?
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach.
Uh-oh. Huh. Well, that gave us 10 anyway. Doubtful. So where do we go from here? Stop playing the frightened prey, sunshine, and start singing. Or why did you have to visit me on this particular evening? I think the obvious right answer here is number 2.
Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
Nice. No impression. Frightened. Really building a picture here. So, were you born and raised in Clawville? Why did you come here to visit me? Do you even know what you want? I think this is the most pertinent question in regards to our current situation. Yeah.
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer
Exactly.
is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't
A
know
scaredy
what you
cat,
mean.
if you will.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough.
Yeah.
Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
Okay, so that's pretty good. Hiding something. We got that. What exactly did you expect? How did you get this address? What do you want from me? ... question mark. I'm not sure it's intentional, but are you toying with me? I think this is the best mixture of useful and neutral.
What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Oh, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
So I guess her mistress knows us.
Someone reliable
Well, I am reliable.
Knows us well, even.
and discreet
That's right.
and thorough
Definitely.
No question about that.
and has a heart of gold.
Oh, and now that's just...
Okay, let's stop it right there.
Okay, so we've avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that. Do you think you're cut out for this kind of work? Let's pretend you've never found me here, okay? This is too risky for me. I can't take the case. Are you in some sort of jam? I have to take this one.
Are you in some sort of jam?
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
Then you're wasting my time.
I trust your instincts. You'll manage it.
Yeah, and I have no other choice, right?
To be honest, no, Mr. Featherland. Not really.
Huh. Have you ever felt truly vulnerable? Or don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious? I think this one.
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino. I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other.
Okay. If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this? Or tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all? I mean, we can ask about that. I mean, we want to ask about her hiding something.
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Smart answer.
Okay. Be honest. Tell me, what are you so afraid of?
Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
Feathery gods? Nice.
So you get it
Oh,
now.
I don't even know
The
why.
secrecy.
The secrecy? Yes, well, with
To put it
the
mildly,
Kingpin.
I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Now it all makes sense. Questioning rank. Questions asked 9. Focus accuracy 100%. Living legend. Final thoughts. Perfect job. Exactly how you would have done 10 years ago. Beware, Clawville. Sonny Featherland and the Chicken Police are back in action. That's great. I feel like Chicken Police myself now. Important clue. The employer is the infamous gangster Ibn Wessler. Well, I see. So do we have new stuff in our almanac? Codex. The victim, a lady, is the target of some strange threats. All of them are written. The mysterious messenger, Miss Deborah Ibanez's employer, is a certain Miss Natasha Katsenko. People. Codex. Living legend. A testament to our great achievement in that questioning there. So, anything else interesting in this city?
I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink.
That's about right, I think. So, do we talk to her again?
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report.
Yeah, there's an idea.
Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints. You know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555 111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
New function? Inventory. Now, what do we have here? The Czar Club. I knew Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as a gentleman.
I know Molly very
Oh,
well.
I
Please
didn't even have to read that.
notice when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
Treat her as gentlemen. Excellent. Okay.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted.
Uh-oh.
Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Wait, did I miss something?
Mr. Featherland?
We're clearly not in the right place right now.
Santino, are you alright?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Czar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
Yeah, it's a good question.
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko, but there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
And what would that be?
Yes. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Of course.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Oh, new person. New personal info. Who would that be? This is Lewis. Lewis C. Hayworth. A rabbit. Special feature, an old friend of mine. He is stuttering heavily when he talks. Lewis is the owner of the once respectable Atlas Hotel and a good old friend of mine. My landlord, too. Not good to know. But not all that important right now. So what was it that stumped our chicken friend just a minute ago? Was it like he said Molly? Oh, right. I knew Molly very well. Okay. And if I remember correctly from the pictures over there, Molly is his ex-wife.
I know Molly.
Yeah, thank you. So, okay. Curiouser and curiouser. So this is shaping up to be a very interesting case. So, how do I get her out of here?
Thank you again, Sonny.
Okay.
Don't mention it, Deborah. I had no other plans for today, except drink. But tell me, do you have a light?
I'm sorry, I don't smoke.
Thought so.
Okay. Apparently I don't get her out of here. So, what do? How do I keep going with this case? You know what? I think that's something we'll find out next episode. So this was the opening for Chicken Police. I'm really enjoying this one. I think this is shaping up to be a really high quality game in my opinion. So let me know what you think. If I should continue this, I'll probably continue it anyway, but let me know what you think nonetheless. And have a great day. See you next episode.